Hi boys and girls. Today I'm going to read the book called The Hug Store. The Hug Store was written by Shana and Rick Morrison. So here we go. This is Shana's family. That's Shana, by the way, right there on the front. You see Shana? This is Shana's family. All families are different, but this is what Shana's family looked like. She had a mommy, a daddy, an Aunt Dana, a cousin Jake, a cousin Noah, Uncle Jason, Grandma, and Grandpa. Oh, and Shana's dog Baxter, too. One Sunday, all of Shana's family was having lunch together at Grandma and Grandpa's home. After lunch, Grandpa asks, "Would anybody like to help me pick up the leaves that fell from the tree?" Shana raises her hand and says, "Grandpa, I want to help." "Okay, Shana," says Grandpa. Grandpa and Shana pick up the leaves for a long time. It was hard work. When they finished, Grandpa says, "Shana, thank you for helping me pick up all those pretty leaves. That was a big job, and I'm so glad you were here to help." "I like to help you, Grandpa," Shana says. Grandpa says, "It's so nice to have you visiting us. Grandma and I have missed you so much. How about a big hug for Grandpa?" Shana says, "Sorry, Grandpa. I'm all out of hugs. I have to go to the store and find some more, and I will bring one home for you." So Shana thinks that she can buy hugs at a store. Let's see what happens next. On Monday, Shana and Mommy are at the grocery store, and Shana asks, "Mommy, what aisle are the hugs on? I promised Grandpa I would get him some hugs when we were at the store." Mommy says, "Shana, dear, this is a grocery store. I don't think they sell hugs here. They only sell healthy and delicious food here." "Oh," says Shana. She was a little sad. On Tuesday, Shana and Grandma are at an arts and crafts store. "Grandma, what aisle are the hugs on? I promised Grandpa I would get him some hugs." Grandma says, "Shana, sweetheart, this is an arts and crafts store. I don't think they sell hugs here. They only sell paint, stickers, crayons, and other stuff to help you create your beautiful art projects." On Wednesday, Shana and Aunt Dana are at a shoe store, and Shana asks, "Where are the hugs, Aunt Dana? I'd like to get some for Grandpa." Aunt Dana says, "Shana, this is a shoe store. I don't think they sell hugs here. Which shoes do you think look better, the pink ones or the blue ones?" Shana says, "The pink ones." On Thursday, Shana and Uncle Jason are at the pet store. Shana asks, "Uncle Jason, do you know what aisle the hugs are on? I promised Grandpa I would get him some and bring them home." Uncle Jason says, "Shana, this is a pet store. I don't think they sell hugs here. They only sell cute pets, food, and toys for pets here." "Can we get Baxter a new toy, Uncle Jason?" "Sure we can. Let's get Baxter a toy and some more dog food." On Friday, Shana and cousins Jake and Noah are at the toy store. "Jake and Noah, do you know what aisle the hugs are on?" "I promised Grandpa I would bring him some." Cousin Noah says, "Shana, this is a toy store. They don't sell hugs here, only toys, and lots of them. Look at them all." "Will you buy me the big pink ball up there? It's my favorite color," Shana asks. "Yes, we'll buy it," says Cousin Jake, "and take it home and play catch in the front yard. That's good exercise. Now that you and Grandpa have cleaned up all the leaves, we have a lot of room." On Saturday, Shana and Daddy are at the music store. And of course, Shana asks again, "Daddy, where can I find the hugs at this store?" Daddy says, "Shana, this is a music store. I don't think they sell hugs here. They only sell guitars, pianos, and other instruments that all make pretty musical sounds." "But Daddy, I've been to 6 stores looking for hugs. Where can I buy a hug for Grandpa?" "Well, sweetheart," Daddy said, "I don't know of any stores where you can buy hugs, but I do know there is a hug store somewhere where you will discover as many hugs as you would ever want." "Please take me to that store, Daddy," Shana says. Daddy smiles and says, "Shana, I think you know where the hug store is." Shana thinks and thinks and thinks. Suddenly, a huge smile comes across Shana's face. "Daddy," Shana shouts out loud, "I figured it out. I know where the hug store is." It's right here inside my heart. I've been looking in all the wrong places. I'm the hug store. Shana gives Daddy a huge hug and is really proud of herself for finally realizing where the hug store is. On Sunday, Shana, Mommy, Daddy, Aunt Dana, Cousin Jake, Cousin Noah, Uncle Jason, and Baxter are all back to Grandma and Grandpa's house for lunch. When Shana walks in the door, she says to Grandpa, "Grandpa, I have something for you." "What's that, my precious?" Grandpa asks. "I have all the hugs in the world that you could ever want." "Wow," Grandpa says. "Where did you find them, Shana?" "I found them in the place where all the hugs in the world are." "Where are all the hugs in the world, Shana?" Grandpa asks. "Right here, Grandpa," Shana says, pointing to her heart. "How many would you like?" "Can I have lots of hugs, Shana?" Grandpa asks. "Sure," says Shana. "And don't worry, Grandpa, because the hug store never runs out of hugs." Shana starts to give Grandpa lots of hugs. Shana finally found out where the real hug store is. Do you know where the hug store is? The end. So remember that the hug store lives in our hearts and we get to decide how many hugs we want to give them to. All right, see you soon, boys and girls. Bye.